First up, the Mariners, they lose to the Twins last night, 11-4. Chris, I don't know what to tell you. Luis Castillo struggles continue. He had a great start to the season against the Yankees, and since then, the 5 starts have been rough.
You mentioned it, Paul. Since then, it has been rough. And let's start with the facts. Let's talk about the Rock, Luis Castillo. He has been great for the Mariners organization. Here's the facts, though. He's 33 years old. His velo with his fastball is down. That's not a good trend. You mentioned that great start. Yeah, it was a good start against the Yankees. 6 innings pitched, only gave up 3 hits, 0 earned runs in that game. Since then, Paul, versus the Angels, 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. Against Houston, 3 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs. Against San Diego, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 1 run. Against the A's, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. And against Minnesota, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 7 earned runs. 6 starts. I'm going to go ahead and say this as the father of a pitcher. I'm going to say when you look at those 6 starts, 1 good one against the Yankees. I'm going to give him 2 okays on that list. 2 okays, that against San Diego and against the A's. But what's tough is 3 of those starts have been very, very bad right now, Paul. And we also know, we talk about it on this show, Bryce Miller, he pitched for Everett. He's starting to heat up a little bit. Going to pitch again for Tacoma. And everybody keeps asking the question, what do you do? Well, right now you do nothing. Right now you just, until Bryce Miller, that man right there, is 100% ready to go, Paul, you do nothing. Luis Castillo is in the rotation. When Bryce gets the green light to return to the Mariners, what do you do? I do not think you go to a 6-man rotation. I believe you have to put your 5 best pitchers on the field, and right now, Luis Castillo is not one of the 5 best pitchers if everything goes well for Bryce Miller. Paul, you don't trade him. You can't trade him. You want arms. You need depth. The ultimate goal for this organization is win a World Series. You need arms to get there. I think we could see something, Paul, a phantom injury list, shoulder tightness maybe. Let's give him a little rest, give him a couple weeks off, and save that arm. You don't know with pitching, though, Paul. Anything could happen. There's 5 pitchers. One of them gets hurt, and then that's why you don't have this discussion until Bryce Miller's ready to go.
Well, I think the phantom IL, the phantom injured list, is something that is very well known in baseball. When guys struggle, all of a sudden the next day you see they're going on with a bad elbow. They're going on IL with a shoulder injury. Anything, a groin injury, anything they can name to give that player 10 days rest. And maybe for Luis Castillo, that might be the best thing for him to go on that phantom IL list. Take 10, take 15, whatever it takes. But he knows, as a veteran pitcher, he's been around this game for a long time, he knows it's going to turn around for him, just like the Mariner bats knew that was going to turn around as well. But with a guy like Luis Castillo, a veteran like him, maybe he needs the mental break, Chris. I mean, because this is a guy who's put in a lot of work in his major league career, and it is early in the season. Take 10 days. Park that brain of yours, and just come back a little bit more fresh. And the other thing about Bryce Miller, the fact that the Mariners have made it clear they want him on a 30-day rehab. So he's only had a couple of rehab starts. They are not going to, as you mentioned, rush him back. There's no need at this point. Got to make sure he's solid before he comes back.
You mentioned the mental game, and you're right on the money. There's an old school book written in the 70s called The Inner Game of Tennis. I think Pete Carroll ended up doing the foreword for this book, and it talks about the mental game of tennis, but the mental game in sports. And when it talks about tennis is how does your mind react during those 45 seconds when the point isn't going. How is Luis Castillo's mind going on those 4 days, Paul, those 4 to 5 days when he's not pitching? I think that is great advice. I think this is a guy, he knows how to do it. He is a veteran. We're used to him going 6 innings, only giving up 2 runs. It isn't happening this season at this point. But you have to ask the question, is Luis Castillo, is he needed for this team to make a run? Yes, you want arms, and yes, you need them. And, Paul, I think you hit it right on the point right there. Give him a few days off when everything's good and Bryce Miller's ready to go, and we go from there. After last night's game, Dan Wilson also had some thoughts about Luis Castillo.
I think, again, it was it was a night where, it was a tough night out there. And it was just a day where, he probably didn't have the stuff he wanted, but that's what makes it so good that, he was able to battle through and get us the 5 innings and bridge us to where we needed to get to. And he's a veteran. He knows, adjustments that are going to be made and understands that. And, I know he continues to work and And again, his process over his last several ball games, he's been getting in ahead in the count and attacking the zone. Tonight just like I said, the big blow, the homer, but he'll make his adjustments.